Dave, you and the club have strengthened your commitment. How pleased are you with that to start with?
No, I'm delighted that the club have wanted to offer me a new contract. I had no hesitation in signing that. The club have been very good to me, given me a fantastic opportunity. They made a lot of effort to get me to the club 2 years ago, and you know, as I said earlier, I had no hesitation really in repaying that loyalty for the opportunity that they've given me.
You've taken on this role as head of goalkeeping now. Can you just tell us a little bit about that and what that will entail now?
Well, we've got a fantastic department running very well at the moment anyway, but obviously the main criteria is obviously overseeing the senior department. But you know, we've got fantastic coaches in Vince Bartram and Ryan Flood who work underneath that, and it's obviously making sure really that we try and have a conveyor belt of talent coming through that's ready then to come and work with me and challenge to get into the first team, and obviously making sure that they've got the resources to you know, improve the work that they're doing, which has obviously been of a very high standard already.
As you said, you've been at the club for 2 years now. How good a fit has it been for you?
For me personally, fantastic, and that's why I had no hesitation when the club wanted me to stay. You know, I've really settled in well. They've looked after me and my family, and I've been given a platform to you know, use my qualities and skills, obviously with the goalkeeping and certainly in other aspects of the role that's developed over the period of time here. I've really embraced it, and obviously, you know, the club have seen the value in that as well, and no, it's been a good fit.
You obviously also, as you sort of said, they're taking on extra responsibilities. You've had a lot of responsibility for the set pieces and things. How pleased have you been with how that's gone? Because the record on that has been so strong over the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, look, it's been positive. There's a lot of hard work goes in behind the scenes. Not only me, I work closely with Scott Waters, who obviously, you know, spends hours and hours trawling through the videos, and the analysis department's a big thing for me when I'm going to be doing that work. But yeah, it's a proud record, something we've got to look to try and obviously improve on, but it's a lot of work, and a lot of people do some good things to make sure that we get every opportunity to do it, and hopefully, you know, we can continue to do well in the future.
Understandably, obviously, when it comes to the goalkeepers, Fraser takes a lot of the headlines for what he's done recently and in the last couple of seasons. But as a whole, how pleased have you been with the progression of all the goalkeepers here that you work with?
I've been really pleased with the department. It's a real tough position, if you like, because there's only one guy can play. And you know, when you've got somebody of Fraser's quality and obviously the performances he's put in over the time, it's very difficult for the guys underneath to feel as though they've got a chance or an opportunity. But we've had a fantastic group. Obviously there's been ins and outs over the last couple of years, but the department itself has grown. They've worked really well together, and the main thing for me is I think everybody has improved, and there's a nice atmosphere when we're training, and we're very professional and we want to improve. But the key is that these guys who are not playing manage to support the guy who's playing on a Saturday afternoon. And if you feel as though you've got that support around you, then obviously it helps in terms of, at the moment, Fraser's performance as well. Yeah,
I mean, there is only that one place, but I mean, when we watch training, I think when people see it, there is this real sense of camaraderie amongst all the guys, isn't there?
Yeah, I mean, the reality is only one guy can play, but if they're going to bring the best out of each other, then they've got to train well together as a group, because it's important that there is that atmosphere, because if it's not a positive atmosphere, you're not going to produce positive results either on the training pitch or on the match pitch. So it's been fantastic over the time, and obviously it's kind of now's an important time to try and develop that and move it forward, because you know we need to look to push on again in that department.
And on Fraser quickly as well, you obviously work with him at international level as well as club level. Just what he's done in the last couple of seasons, coming back from the injury and everything he achieved last season, how pleased, how proud have you been with the work he's put in?
I think the club obviously backed my decision to sign Fraser 2 years ago, and that's obviously a massive commitment to the club. I've been really pleased in the way Fraser performed until he got his injury, but then the work done behind the scenes in terms of the medical department, the sports science department, the strength and conditioning department. You know, these guys worked phenomenal amount of hours on that individual basis with Fraser, and kind of my job is then to finish that off and get him back over the finish line and ready to play. What he did when he got back in the team when the team really were in a difficult moment in the season, were phenomenal when you've been out for that period of time. And I've just been really pleased he came through to the end of the season and has managed to do the summer tournament as well, and just continue, you know, getting fitter and stronger, and having more belief that, you know, he's going to come back fitter, stronger and better. And obviously now he's had a short break and he's ready to start. Obviously we've been working now for around about a week, and he's getting ready now just to start joining back in with the team. And it's been a meteoric recovery really, and you know, we're still really proud of what he's done to get through that.
I wanted to ask you about Kelvin Davis as well. Obviously you've worked with him for the last 2 years, but I know you've known him for a lot longer than that as well. How pleased were you to see him still remain a part of this club in the new role as football development executive after retiring as a player?
Yeah, I mean, Kelvin were a big help to me when I came in 2 years ago, and obviously really helped create that atmosphere in the goalkeeping department over the last 2 years. And I think it's important that the football club recognise what he's done for them over the last 10 years. And it's always difficult sometimes maybe to find roles and responsibilities for people, and it's too easy to let them drift away. The club have shown Kelvin, you know, good commitment by giving him this role, and I hope it's, you know, something that pushes him on in the future and gives him a chance to do whatever he feels as though he wants to put back into the game, coaching, management or whatever.
Just finally, we're here on the pre-season tour of Holland. Can you just give us an insight into what you're trying to get out of this from a goalkeeper's point of view, and kind of the work you're doing in pre-season to get them ready for the new campaign?
It's always, you know, slowly in terms of the goalkeeping, but it's a very physical job, certainly Monday to Friday. Maybe not people see it on a Saturday when the mental side and the concentration has to come in, but it's a real physical job, and really the summers there, they get programs to obviously work on, but the impact that these guys take and, you know, the recovery they need is important. So it's important that we have a slow process when we get started again, and really build and feed into it. But it's really about movement patterns, getting back, feeling the ball, and you know, kicking and catching, and really making sure physically we're back up to speed, ready for, obviously, you know, when the game programme starts for Fraser, which will be next Saturday.